We now do have head coach from Houston, Kelvin Sampson, so we will start a little bit early with Coach Sampson today. The Cougars at 16-1 overall, 3-1 in American Athletic Conference play. They will be at SMU on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN News. Coach Sampson, thank you for joining us. Please give us kind of an inside look at the Cougars in the 2018-19 season.
Well, we're just think a team that's trying to evolve and get a lot of new guys integrated in with some veterans. I think that just takes a while. Sometimes you have guys out with injuries that are back late, like Fabian White, who's an integral part of what we do. He was out from June until December 1st. So even though it's January 14th, this is basically early November for him in a lot of ways, conditioning. And, I see him every day, and I can see how far behind he is relative to the other kids on the team. Dejan Giroux, same thing. He was out a lot in the month of October, got behind. But everybody's kind of just trying to figure out roles still. I don't feel comfortable that we're there yet. We make too many mental mistakes. If you foul the shooter once in a game, that's once too many. Against Wichita State the other night, we fouled the shooter 6 times. That's got to be some kind of Guinness Book of Records record. We should never foul the shooter. That's just a no-no. We did it 6 times in one game. And those are the things that we've got to get better at. Just be better decision makers, be more efficient, eliminate mistakes. Those are the things that really, really focusing on in practice this week.
Thank you very much, Coach. And a reminder, *1 on your keypad to ask a coach question for Coach Sampson, and we'll open it up at this time.
We will take our first question from Taylor Eldridge with the Wichita Eagle.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for taking the time. Just a real quick question. After going 40 minutes with Wichita State, at home, do you feel like, the 0-3 record for them, is it a little deceiving?
Oh, absolutely, Taylor. McDuffie's one of the best players in this league. He's when we saw him last year, you could tell he was still recovering from his injury. His explosiveness, confidence wasn't quite there. And Samaje Haynes-Jones just was kind of, backed up to Shamet and Frank Camp. But I think the thing I was impressed with was they've got a 2-headed monster at the 5 spot with Chandler and the other big kid, Nchinike.
Yeah.
The other spots they're really athletic, and they're getting better. And I think that's a credit to Greg and his staff that his team is improving. That's it's usually a byproduct of your practices. You can tell they have high quality practices by how their team's improving. So they're just going to get better and better. And pretty soon they're going to be a tough out.
Yeah, if you could speak to just how hard it is to win when you're relying on so many freshmen. They have 5 in the rotation. They all play. They're all core players for that team. How hard is it to win in a good conference like this when you have to rely on so many freshmen?
You're talking about other than Duke's freshmen, right?
Yeah, Kentucky. Yeah.
Yeah. As long as they're not freshmen like that, just regular freshmen. In the league this year, I think you have a better chance of getting by with it because this is really seems like it's a transition year in the league. We had 3 teams last year that just seemed to be head and shoulders above everybody with Cincinnati and Wichita State for sure. And then we got better as we went. I don't know that we have a team this year that's head and shoulders above anybody. Central Florida appears to be the best team in the league right now. It might be too early to tell, but they're the most veteran team up and down the board with so many returning players, and then Johnny's done a great job of adding to it. But it seems everybody else is just kind of evolving, just in transition. Memphis, Connecticut, Wichita State, South Florida just keep getting better, East Carolina. So if there is a year that I think you can win with your freshmen, this would be the year, because there's just not like a Duke or a Virginia at the top of the ACC, or a Michigan State at the top of the Big Ten. I don't know that we have that in our league this year. But Greg's teams always play the right way. He does such a great job coaching those kids, and I watched them early in the season on film, and then I watched them before we played them, and they've really improved, and I'm sure they'll keep improving.
Thanks for your time.
You're welcome, Taylor.
We will take our next question from Don Wade with the Daily Memphian.
Yeah, Coach, everybody's always talking about wanting to get max effort out of their guys, but I'm just kind of curious to what extent do you think, especially for young players, kind of balancing maybe information overload, is kind of a hedge from you guys getting the max effort out of players at any given time?
What do you mean by information overload?
Just processing everything that, a coaching staff wants them to do, in the moment, in the speed of the game, offense and defense, and how fast you flip from one to the other.
Well, effort has nothing to do with information. It has to do with the choice. You do everything, even if you make a mistake, you do it 100 miles an hour. And I think that's what the month of October and the month of November is. By the time you get to December, you should have some kind of idea what we're doing on offense and defense. We don't change our defense much as the year goes on. We may skew it to a scouting report. Offensively, you know who your best players are, and you skew it to that. So effort is separate. The offense and defense is separate. Everything is, we play two freshmen, and we've got two freshmen and two sophomores in their first year. And the one thing that I like about those four kids is that they play hard. And they don't always do the right thing, but they try hard. And I think that's always number one. There's no discussion, there's no negotiation for effort, but that starts in practice. So I just it's always been a big emphasis our program, and I look around the league, and you can tell a lot of programs are like that.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Coach Sampson, we thank you for your time here this morning, and we wish you luck this week, and we'll talk to you in February.